and welcome back to another Pixel Biology community update. And this time it is to celebrate the fact that we have been in Michigan for almost 2 weeks now, which is still really surreal. And I'm still getting used to having my own office and settling back into the groove of jumping back into the channel and making sure all the videos are coming out. It's been about a week now of having regular videos back up on the channel, and it's been an amazingly exhausting week. So that's what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about the things that have happened over the past week, both in my personal life and on the channel. We're going to kind of dip into some of the exciting things I'm hoping to bring to the channel very soon. We'll talk a little bit about the really fun games that we have dived into. I've got a secret surprise to share with you guys once we get to the end of the video too. I'm going to save that surprise. It's kind of an unboxing of something that arrived in the mail all the way from Sweden. So a few of you guys probably already know what it is, which is really cool, but it'll be a surprise for the rest of you. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. But before I begin, may the forest be with you, my friends, and I hope you're all having a great week. It is really surreal to think how just a week ago I was doing that update vlog to show you guys my office, and it's definitely a good sign that I have felt so at home in this beautiful green space. I mean, how can I not? Look how much greenery is around us so quickly. And I was trying so hard to figure out like where to position the camera when doing this vlog, which sounds like a weird thing to talk about, but it's because I want you guys to be able to see all of the awesome stuff in here, or the awesome beautiful ravine that is right outside my window that you guys, I think you guys saw that last week, but I decided to look at the birds this time. And don't worry, normally they have their bird lights on. I turned them off so you'll be able to see the birds a little bit better. Do you see Silverberry? Right there. There's Silverberry. And we will be doing some more birdseed diary updates on our pet birds, our Mygoldian finches, in the future too. But I'm starting to ramble because I love my office. And by the way, do you see this big black thing in the background? That's going to be the living wall. Those are the woolly pockets where our plants are going to be going in when Chips and I go to the nursery later this week. There's going to be lots of vlogs about that, and I will hopefully be releasing the vlog about making that little stand back there. So basically, hopefully this time next week for a next community update, all the stuff you see back there is going to be plants. It's going to be living plants going up, going down, spilling out over the edges of those pockets. And you're going to be looking out at the birds, the living wall, and then the bookshelves that are going to be full of your guys' gifts and all of the fanner and all the little treasures I've collected from around the world. I'm pretty excited. I love my office. So that aside, it has been a really, really hectic week, jumping back in with both feet to try to really be the professional Seri, the pixel biologist that I want to be for you guys. And so far it's been doing pretty good. As of right now, it has been, let's see, 44, 48, 49. This will be the 49th video that I have made in about 6 days. So yeah, it will definitely have been an extremely busy week for me. Not all 49 of those videos are released just yet, because sometimes I'll do a little bit of pre-recording to give myself some breathing room, because holy days, I mean, that's a lot of videos and we have so many series going out. But yeah, I'm really proud because that's 49 videos I've made in 6 days, which is probably breaking a few personal records, but don't worry about that. That's just kind of like a little fun FYI behind the scenes sort of thing. And I'm just so excited. I see this black thing behind me every time and I'm like, yes, living wall, it's on the way, you guys. You're gonna be seeing like living plants behind me. My home is going to have walls where it's just greenery from now on. I'm really excited. I know, right guys? Tweet tweet, they say. So that's going to be fun. I'm getting ready to set up my gecko tanks. Lots of projects we're going to start doing together. Like the chia pet. I'm going to start growing my chia pet again. Lots of things we're going to start growing together. But I'll talk about those in a little bit. This week has been a little bit interesting, and I know a few videos have still been missing, even though we've started up on several of our series again, or even started new series. But that's because Chips actually got really sick. If you guys are wondering where an episode is, like if something was supposed to go out, like zoo crafting or Warrior Cats, because I have a loose schedule. Like Warrior Cats is more or less every other day on the weekdays, and hopefully both weekends, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And you guys are like, where is it, Seri? Check my Twitter. You do not have to have a Twitter to be able to look at my Twitter. Anyone with an internet connection can look at my Twitter, no matter what form. Like if you're on a phone, tablet, if you're on the computer, you can look at my Twitter, and that will give you real-time updates on sneak peeks behind the series. I show off a lot of the fan art that you guys submit on Twitter, and it will also tell you guys what's going on. Like this week, Chips was so sick, we almost had to take him to the the ER for a very, 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 very bad chest infection. It's a little alarming when you're just minding your own business, sound asleep, and at 2 in the morning, the person you love suddenly can't breathe anymore. So yeah, that was a little bit intense. And so I missed some recording time, and then I was staying up all night kind of staring at him going, are you still breathing? Which is really, it's a little exhausting on several levels, physical and emotional, to be able to have to like stare at your beloved and go, okay, continue breathing, please. And it really, I kind of was laughing because I was like, oh, well, I guess those nursing skills that I was earning when I was in nursing school were good for something. So yeah. He's fine now. He's getting over the infection, but it threw me off on recording for a little bit because we do so many series. We have a goal of putting out, not just recording, but putting out an average of 40 episodes a week. That's a lot. So if I am missing a series here and there that you're really in love with, like Sims 4, I've only been able to put one video out. I felt so bad, even if I spent like 4 hours building Devin's new garden for Sims 4 this week. But if a video is missing, check my Twitter. If something seems a little off, check my Twitter. Unfortunately, my fevers from the recurring health immune issues, the bad immune system that I have, so I get sick a lot, are coming back lately, but I'm trying to manage it. Chips is doing a really good job of making sure I don't get too overexcited, and after I got a fever by walking 3 miles to the farmer's market and back, then I didn't go this week because I didn't want to get sick when I'm still recovering from being sick myself. So yeah, anyway, there's some bumps. There's some health bumps, there's some personal bumps, there's some pretty sad but bearable news with my family that just have kind of thrown me for a bit of an emotional loop, as well as the warrior cats drama, which we'll get into in just a minute. So if you guys are kind of going, where is this, Seri? Then check my Twitter. You don't have to have a Twitter to check my Twitter, but check my Twitter. It's linked on the main channel page. It's linked in almost every single video description. You can bookmark it if you would like to, and I am on there, at least I check it like first thing in the morning to make sure I haven't missed out on too many things, and I pop in now and then to give sneak peeks for especially the Warrior Cats series. You can usually find out if a Warrior Cats episode is about to go live because I'll start tweeting like screenshots from it, and I'll start retweeting the fan art that I'm going to be using for that episode. So be sure to check that. So that aside, yeah, it has been a little bit of a tough week to go from the excitement of moving in to being a little bit sick and then some stuff happening in my family and worrying about Chips. But you rebound from that kind of stuff. You kind of, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. And if you're going to be really, really happy, then eventually that'll level off to something that's maybe not so really, really happy. But that doesn't mean you despair. So I'm pulling myself back up from all of that and hoping to get back into vlogging more. I'm hoping to do some more birdseed diaries with our adorable birds. I'm actually going to try to save up and get a little webcam that I can put up against the side, and then I can just like turn it on whenever they do something cute and get some really up close videos for you guys of the Gouldian finches being amazing, because I love them. And I'm also trying to start the birdseed wild diaries, again, where we watch wild birds up close while they eat birdseed. Problem, the birds here don't care about my birdseed. They're ignoring me completely. I think I had 2 titmice once show up and eat some of the birdseed, and they just like grabbed one and flew away. And I think that's because Ann Arbor as a city is gorgeous, and it has parks everywhere. There are gigantic trees in my backyard. It's basically like a city that's intertwined and embraced with a forest. And there's deer just wandering by next to downtown, and nobody bats an eye. And there's parks everywhere overflowing with flowers and berries right now that provide abundant food for the birds. So I'm not sure if we're going to see too many birds on the camera. I left my camera out for about 3 hours altogether, and I didn't get a single thing on the camera showing up. So I'm not sure how long it'll be before Wild Birdseed Diaries can return for here, but I can promise you guys, if you're interested, there's Wild Squirrel Diaries, and there's red squirrels, there's tiny squirrels that I'm sure are not of red, they look like red squirrels, but teensy, but they're not juveniles. So I think that there's definitely like another subspecies of squirrel I'm not familiar with here. There's black fox squirrels here, which is amazing, and we have a chipmunk living inside of my flower pot collection. So there's definitely enough like rodents to do like a squirrel and chipmunk diary thing. So if you guys are interested in that, or your cats are interested in that, because I know a lot of people will play those videos for the cats to watch, then, you know, let me know, and I will definitely try to get some squirrels, because I think they're pretty cool actually. So speaking of cats though, and transitioning from like watching birds to talking about cats, this week was kind of rough because of the warrior cats drama, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. So this is going to be an interesting thing to talk about, and I'll do my best. I don't think I'll be able to put my thoughts into as concise of a conversation as I wish I could have with you guys about this. But I wanted to say a few things because I wanted to let you guys know how much it hurt, and then also how much it helped to have so many members of the community step up and just step up and kind of defend me and defend the creative process. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, with Warrior Cats this week, we had one of our cats, Honey Wish, reveal that the father of her kids is Silverfang, who is an elder in their clan. And from a cat's perspective, age doesn't matter. As long as you can catch your prey, and as long as you are a respectable member of the clan, it doesn't matter how old you are, unless you can't physically have kids anymore, like if you were a female elder. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But things kind of blew up because we have a younger community in Warrior Cats, and I acknowledge that. I get messages from people who are as young as 6 and as old as, I believe 72 is the current record holder for people who are watching in our community. And because I have Google Analytics, I'm able to see that the majority of our audience who watches Warrior Cats, 83% of you, 83% of our Warrior Cats fans are between the ages of 11 and 14 and female. And I can look at things that specifically, so it's really interesting. But that's how I know who I'm talking to, and that's how I know when we had the reactions, the intense negative reactions in this last episode, it floored me because I was very happy with that episode. Plot-wise, a lot of people have pointed out there have been a lot of hints at the situation unfolding in that direction, and even if people didn't like the plot, that's fine if they want to disagree with the plot politely or in a constructive way, or just want to kind of take the plot into their own hands and start writing like alternative universe fan fiction. That's awesome. That's what this is all about. That's what the connection and the creativity and the exchange of creativity is. But as what's happened a few times in our Warrior Cats episodes this week, people switched from just going, oh, I don't like that ship in a polite way, to going, bleepity bleep bleep, Seri, bleep you, bleep bleep bleep, I hate you, die, how could you do this? And I got dozens of those. I had to go through and clear some things out. I got emails wishing my death. I got, and it sounds ridiculous to talk about too. And I've gotten a couple of P.O. Box letters. I've had to change how I'm going to be recording snail mail in the future because I've gotten angry letters about the pairings in our Warrior Cat series again. And I feel like I have to address this because people will say, oh, it's just YouTube comments. You shouldn't pay attention. And I had people tell me, oh, I don't care if I come across as a hater. I'm just a hater. I don't care if you don't agree with me or my attitude. It's just my personality and you have to deal with it. And that's not right at all. And that's not what this community is about. I mean, before I became a YouTuber, I knew YouTube is the cesspool of the internet. You don't go onto YouTube and expect to look at the comment section. That's going onto a political article and looking at the comment section. It's just going to be nothing but hate and nastiness. Why on earth would you care about YouTube comments? And that was before I became a YouTuber. And after becoming a YouTuber, I realized that this medium is changing. The way we interact with the internet changes, and it is continuing to change, especially as a lot of you guys are growing up with the internet being a given from the moment you were born. It was put into your hands in tablets and iPods, and I mean, iPods aren't even a thing anymore, so I should say iPhones. And online, I mean, I jumped on the internet when I was 9 years old, years ago, and I've never looked back. And it used to be, and I feel a little weird saying it like this, but I'm trying to explain my thoughts on the drama, the chaos, really, of what happened this week. It used to be that, yeah, you just wouldn't take things that were said on the internet as personally because they were so detached from your real life. But especially as a YouTuber, I can no longer say that what happens on the internet is detached from my real life because they've become one and the same. And I don't think it is appropriate after having grown to almost 80,000 people strong, to look at our YouTube comment section and go, oh, that's just YouTube comments. It's not like there's any community in there. It's not like you should care about what's said in there. Because I've had some of the most profound, life-changing, heartbreaking, sincere, beautiful messages put into those comments. And to tell you guys that I don't care about what those YouTube comments say when they're nasty, kind of feels like telling you guys that I don't care about what those YouTube comments say at all. And I can't have that be true. To try to explain it, I feel like if I was to say, oh, I don't care what they say, they're just 12-year-olds, what do they know? I feel like that's horrible, because I remember being 12, and I remember having people tell me my feelings were invalid because of that. And I remember being nasty to people, and being a bully, and being a jerk, and saying really mean, nasty, cruel things, because I was so sad and hurting at the time, and wanting a reaction, and people would dismiss me. And instead of kind of stopping and looking at me in the eye and treating me like I was worth the time to go, that isn't right, they would just go, whatever, she's just a kid. And it just made me feel even smaller. And I think it took years to build myself up into being an adult, and years to growing and being an adult as in becoming more mature, because people dismissed me when I was younger. And so I don't want to turn around and do that to this community when it's mostly younger people. I understand younger people say hurtful things. I understand that most young people haven't yet learned a sense of shame for their actions. I understand a lot of them are trying out what it feels like to hurt somebody for the first time. And Seri, being the phone app instead of the real life person that she is, that you can just pull up and press go for any of the YouTube videos she's currently put up, won't seem like the wrong kind of target for that anger. I am an easy target for that anger and that rage and little kids trying out what it means to hurt somebody for the first time, because it shouldn't matter since it's just YouTube comments, right? It shouldn't be a reflection on your personality and the kind of person that you are creating yourself to be if you leave hate in YouTube comments, right? I mean, they're just YouTube comments, but it is. And I feel like the community has changed since it was just YouTube comments. And there is the capability to build a real community in YouTube if you are willing to make that investment. And so I don't feel like I can tell you guys that I'm invested in the community, I'm invested in you, but only the good things, and mean it. Because it just doesn't feel like I maybe other people can do it, but I don't think I could do it, where I could go, oh, don't worry, I'll only listen to the nice things that are said about me, and I'll only listen to the nice things, and I'll ignore all those not so nice things, because it's a community. You know what I mean? I just feel like I can't tell you guys that I've opened up my heart to the kindness, and not anything mean that anyone has said. I totally ignore all that and be sincere, because I don't think anyone can really do that. I think when you choose to open your heart up, it's a open or shut case. You can either leave your heart open and be truly invested in your community on the ground level, right there with everyone, or you can close the door and keep the pain and the hatred and the death threats away, but also lose touch with the people who leave messages telling you how much your voice and the adventures you guys go on together and the way the community has changed their life. I just feel like there's no cherry picking of that situation. It's either or. And so I'm not going to turn my back on anything, but I am going to try to address this a little more directly, because I've seen it happen a lot, like in several other YouTubers that I really admire and really enjoy have been ridiculously shredded over the last week as well. It wasn't just our Warrior Cat series. There's much bigger fish out there who are being torn apart on very personal levels by 11 and 12-year-olds who think that they're in the right over a fictional YouTube video to rip somebody's life apart. And I just don't think going, oh, you're just kids, so I'm just going to ignore you because I'm an adult, is the answer. So I don't know. I never really felt a sense of shame, and I never really felt truly ashamed of myself and truly like I needed to change how I behaved, until one day I said something to my dad and made him cry. And I realized that I may only be 14 years old, but the things that I said could hurt an adult that I loved and cared about. And until someone actually reacted and made, like, in a a real way to me being hurtful, I didn't change. So I don't know, maybe this is my tiny way of trying to put that out there and remind you guys that YouTubers are real people. We offer up the raw gems of our creativity. It's raw, it's just straight from our hearts and our heads. It's not always polished, it's not always perfect. The stories won't always make sense, they won't always be cohesive, they won't always be what you want, but they're the raw pieces of ourselves we're just giving to you guys for free. Here, have it, share it, enjoy it, embrace it. Have the beauty of the adventure together with me. That's what we do when YouTubers put something up like this. I'm not a big production team. I'm one woman sitting in my office all day. And it's the community that has really helped to give me ideas and encouragement and embrace the amazing stories we've told. So, like I said, I didn't think, and I don't feel like I really addressed everything appropriately. But I wanted to say, you guys, I don't believe there's such a thing as just leaving a situation that got that chaotic, where I was getting so much hatred and death threats and so much nastiness alone, because I care about this community and I love it. And I don't think I could tell you guys that I care about it, but only listen to the nice stuff and mean it. And I don't think it's respectful to you guys, who's only 8 years old, you who's only 11, you who's only 12. I don't think it's very respectful to you to tell you that the hate you left didn't hurt me, because then it's like saying you don't matter, and you do. And I can't tell you that it didn't hurt. I can choose how I react to that hurt, but I just can't bring myself to go, oh, you don't matter. What you said to me doesn't matter, because it does. And I feel like if I said it doesn't, I would be saying that you don't matter, and I can't do that to you. Even if it means that I do leave myself open to that pain. So there's that. It's raining, and I'll move on now because there's other stuff, but I wanted to say that, maybe to talk to who I was when I was younger and would leave hate on stuff because I thought it made me tougher or proved how I could stop hurting as much. And maybe it's something I'll talk about in the future, because I have been seeing people that I really care about, even if I don't know them personally, on YouTube, be ripped to pieces by thousands of 11 and 12-year-olds, and watching them go and pat themselves on the back and say it doesn't matter because they're only kids. It doesn't matter because it's only YouTube comments. It's only Twitter. And it does matter. And until we say it matters, then how are we really going to build a community here online? So that's the heavy, deep conversation I wanted to have. And I want to clarify, that doesn't mean you have to like the plots. That doesn't mean you have to like what happens. That doesn't mean you have to even like me on a personal level. But there's a difference between being able to say, man, I really wanted Briarstock, and just leave it at that, to go, man, I really wanted Briarstock, and you know what? You suck, and I'm never watching this again because you didn't do what I wanted. That's where you're starting to step over the boundary. And when you take it even further and go, I hate you so much, bleep, 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 die, that's when you've taken it so far beyond anything reasonable that I really hope you can take a deep breath and step back and try to remember what's really important in life, because that wasn't. So I'm just going to kind of leave that there. And again, that doesn't mean you have to agree with everything. But often the people who have issues with our plots or have issues with the way something turned out, which is very frustrating because Warrior Cats is done almost entirely on the fly, moment to moment. It changes. I had no idea Silverfang was going to end up with what happening to him happened when I started that episode. I had something else completely in mind, but we changed things because of the random events that happened in Sims 3 and the random generators, and we just roll with it. And like literally, I roll a dice, we just roll with it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I can't promise the stories are always going to be cohesive, so they'll have big plot holes sometimes that are perfectly fine to poke at. And really, I mean, it's not like I can wrap them up most of the time, so that means they're open for you to interpret and to make fan fictions and to role play in. And I love that side of our community. And thank you so much to all of you who saw what was going on and went, hey, look, this isn't cool. I don't agree, but this isn't cool. And thank you so much to all of you. I have probably maybe 4 dozen messages in my fan mail Gmail account now, like, and especially I think I have maybe 24 things of Robin Kit surrounded by her feather collection now, and that meant a lot. Because YouTube is not like writing a book where I do it all on my own and then present you with the finished product. It's community interaction. It's me going, here's the raw, freshly harvested gems of my creativity. Let's polish them together and make something awesome and share the beauty and excitement together. So there we go. I rambled way too much about that, but it was really important, and it really made me so depressed for a couple days that I'm still having trouble getting back into recording Warrior Cats, and I'm going to keep going. And even if all I get is hate and death threats every episode, I have been a teacher, you guys. That's what I'm trying to say. I used to teach you, your age group. I have been a nanny. I have been a foster mother. I have raised kids, not my own, but I have helped to raise kids. And I understand sometimes kids are cruel. And it's just part of the process of growing up. But just part of the process doesn't mean that it's not time for somebody to kind of gently put their hand on your shoulder and go, hey, that really hurt. Because until someone does, you might keep doing it and you might not realize just how much you're hurting people and just where you need to grow and change until that happens. So there's just my 2 cents on it. And again, it doesn't mean you have to agree. You can hate it, but just hate it constructively, or use that energy instead of being frustrated to go, hey, well, this is my alternative universe roleplay of what actually I would love to have happened. And you can change it into a celebration of the things you love about the series, not the things you hate, by going, hey, who wants to roleplay as Briarstock? And I'm going to be Honeywish, and let's name our kits, and it's going to be like Stock Kit or something. You know what I mean? Just celebrate what you love. Don't like celebrate what you hate. Do that in all areas of your life. Do that in our Warrior Cats as much as you want. Take control in your comments in kind ways that are constructive, and go in the direction you want them to. And then you will take away the frustration you feel, and then you don't have to attack me, and you don't have to attack what I've created for free. For hours, doing my best with, like I said, the raw gems that aren't polished of what I have in my heart and my mind, and we'll all be happy. And that's all I really want, is to encourage that creativity in you guys and in myself. So that went a lot longer and a lot deeper than I meant to talk about, but I really hope I maybe reached some of you guys, or at least encouraged you to maybe next time you see one of your friends going, look at this jerk. He's like some loser YouTuber with 300,000 subscribers. I'm going to leave some hate on his like channel because, man, he didn't do what I wanted today. I wanted him to mess around with dogs and he spent all day with dinosaurs. How lame is that? I'm going to leave some hate. I'm going to tell him to go die. Next time you see your friend doing that, maybe go, dude, that's not cool. Because it's not. Yeah, and if we're going to make the internet and make the YouTube communities that we have created into a real community, then we all own a little bit of responsibility to police ourselves a wee bit and to kind of monitor our behavior. It's not a free-for-all brawl anymore, you guys. So there's that. Just remember, when you comment on someone's YouTube channel, it may feel like a detached, isolated event, but it's kind of like walking into someone's home or walking up to a public. Like, would you say those things if you walked up to somebody in public and they were doing a public performance of storytelling or a public comedy performance or publicly playing music right in front of you? Would you say those things? Just think about that. And some people won't. And some people enjoy being cruel and thinking that they have power and hurting others. So I can't do anything about that, but I don't know. Maybe I talk to some of the rest of you. So that was way too long. Let's shift gears. Let's shift gears, you guys, with the rain coming down outside and looking beautiful, by the way. And let's talk about some happier things really quickly. So I'm going to speed through kind of the rest of what I wanted to talk about. WolfQuest going really awesome. We're going to start adding in some short stories into WolfQuest based off of the fan fiction that you guys have written, little paragraph long, proper grammar, proper spelling fan fiction, and we're starting to tell stories so that our companion wolf in WolfQuest will start reading out the fan fiction that you guys have made to the puppies. So it's like stories that Spirit, who's our current companion wolf in that series, taking care of the puppies, he will tell the stories to the pups based off of your guys' fan fiction. And that's already proven to be pretty amazing. I'm really excited for you guys to see the next couple episodes because I just snagged like one little fanfic totally at random, so please don't be offended or hurt if yours isn't picked. It's completely at random, kind of like the first one with proper spelling. If I can read it out loud, I read it out loud to myself and it makes sense being read out loud, then probably it'll go up if it's fitting for like the scene. And it's been really fun to tie in that kind of community into our Wolf Quest episodes. So that's really cool. So expect that in Wolf Quest. That's going pretty neat. Warrior Cats I do hope to have more episodes of. Like I said, this week I got sick. Chips got sick. Some sad stuff happened in my family. Nothing major, just enough to kind of take the wind out of my sails on top of everything. But there'll be more. There'll be more Warrior Cats. No matter what. I really, 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 really love that series, and I'm getting more comfortable with the balance of gameplay and role-playing, and it's just going to be organic and growing and changing, and I'll just do my best. And a year from now, I hope we have hundreds more amazing episodes in that series. So there's that. We've started playing a couple new games this week as well. Abzu, which is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. It is one of the most beautiful games I've played, and it was much needed. I had gotten some tragic news for my family that day when I started playing Abzu, and so I get really, really emotional and deep. So if you want to hear super emotional deep Seri, then that's definitely the Abzu episodes. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how they've been turning out and how beautiful it is. And we've also started playing No Man's Sky. By the way, props to Eric. He is the artist I always commission. You can see me retweet like about Eric, and you can find him on Twitter. But props to him. Do you guys recognize the creature I have on my back in the No Man's Sky thumbnails? Because the art is amazing. And do you guys recognize that creature? I want to know if you first person to recognize the creature on my back in the No Man's Sky thumbnail, I will give you a shout out next update vlog, because it's kind of a fun Easter egg that I think a few of you may recognize. So it's going to be really, really fun to see if anybody recognizes that. I am adoring No Man's Sky. I hope to keep it going daily for a little while, at least a week, and just sit back and enjoy it. I think we're going to start doing some entries in our Google library with like space entries of the cats, or the cats? What the heck? I'm thinking Warrior Cats still. I've got Warrior Cats on the brain. But I'm going to see if I can set it up so you guys can submit like a little template of the different animals we run into in No Man's Sky, and we can have like a big, some sort of like, I don't know, documentary, library? I guess library is the best word, but a big library of all of the different animals we run across in No Man's Sky. So you guys can make up their biology and what they eat and how they live and lore about the planets. There's already this amazing lore about like this vine whip plant that we found that I totally have fallen in love with. So I want to celebrate those creative things you guys have come up with by putting them into a proper library. So expect that pretty soon. I'll try to make like a nice easy template that people can fill out, and if some people come up with like one part of the idea and somebody else fills out the other part, that's fine. That'd be pretty cool. So I'll be working on that. And then, let's see, we're almost up to, by the way, 4,000 videos. I know a few of the sites like Social Blade and some of the other websites report that we're over 4,000 videos, but we're actually at 3,850 videos as of this video. So I'm pretty proud about that, and that means we're closing in on 4,000 pretty soon. Some of you guys may know I have a overall goal for the entire career of my YouTube career to reach 10,000 videos for no other reason than that sounds like an amazing amount of Chips graduates. He's going to graduate with his PhD pretty soon. So, well, not pretty soon, in 6 years. That's what I meant to say. So I want to try to get to 10,000 videos when he graduates with his PhD. So that's my goal. We'll have to see if I meet it or not. So we're almost at 4,000. We'll have to do something special for that. And we're almost at 80,000 subscribers. So 80,000 community members. And I kind of feel like we need to do something special for that. And I'm not sure what, because I want more plants. I should buy plants. I should buy plants I would love that. Every like 10,000 subscribers or something, which is a huge deal. I would love to go buy some plants. Oh, I'm going to have to talk to Chips about that. That would be really, really cool. I'd be pretty happy about that. So we'll probably start doing that. And then just a couple other little things really quickly. Wow. I rambled and I got way more emotional about the Warrior Cats chaos than I thought I would, but I don't know. Hopefully I reached some of you. Hopefully I didn't depress the rest of you, and I just wanted to reassure all of you. I mean, look behind me, look around me, look at me. I love this community, And that's kind of why I'm going to be talking about how YouTube could be a real community if we put the steps in place to treat it like one, instead of just YouTube, the wild west of comment sections. I mean, at some point you have to kind of band together and build a community from the ground up, you know what I mean? And that means establishing some ground rules and being civil to one another. So anyway, and for the most part, you're all amazing. And you really are. And there's that. So, oh, sorry, I'm so emotional about that. I'm a little bit like, ooh, flustered over it. But putting that aside, almost at 40,000 videos, or 40,000, that would be amazing. Oh, too many. That would take up like half of YouTube. Oh my goodness, Seri. I'm way flustered now. So let me go ahead and wrap up. Almost at 4,000 videos. And I feel like I want to celebrate that maybe by looking back and maybe doing like a couple of random reaction videos to some of the most popular ones. That would be really fun. I think I might do like a couple reaction videos to 2 or 3 videos that are the most popular of our entire series, because I think that would be really cool every time we hit a video milestone. And then other last thing I wanted to talk about before showing you guys the surprise I've been saving this whole time is the P.O. Box. So other than going to the plant nursery this week and filling up that giant thing full of plants, which you will definitely see on the vlog channel when that happens, I should have, like I said, the vlog where I actually build that going up on the vlog channel sooner than later. But other than going to the plant nursery, Chips and I also plan on going to open up my P.O. Box. And I'm pretty excited about that because the P.O. Box will definitely be happening, hopefully close to our home so I can visit it pretty often. And it will open up the avenue. Like I said, I try to leave myself open to the community and just trust in you guys that is not going to be an entirely painful thing. And it's not, because last time I took the risk of being open to you guys. Look at all this, look at all this, look at all those binders full of amazing things. Soon I'm going to have a digital photo frame in that bookshelf that will rotate through all of the digital fan art you guys have sent me too. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But the P.O. Box will hopefully be opening up sometime later this week, and when it does, I will be releasing a quick little video giving you guys the address and the guidelines and showing you guys. I also have a new fan mail Gmail that you guys can send me fan mail and fan art to as well. So I'll have like a little how to send Seri fan art community vlog coming up. Alright, and I'm way flustered and worn out because that was a big issue to talk about, but I'm really glad that I can be open and honest and real with you guys. You guys know that's me. So now we're going to celebrate reaching the end of the video by opening this up. This came from Sweden. This came from Sweden. And it's a certain something that I got. It's my Star Stable bracelet. So Star Stable was having a sale on their Lifetime Rider, and one of the options was to get the Lifetime Rider Star Stable thing, which means that you're a Star Stable member forever now. So as long as Star Stable's around, I'm a Lifetime Rider. I don't have to pay a monthly fee for the Star Stable subscription anymore. And they also had the option where you could elect to get a bracelet with your membership. So I decided to do that. So this is my Star Stable bracelet. I haven't seen it yet, so this is actually going to be really exciting. Let's go ahead. Ooh. So it has a little charm. It says Charm Collection. This is what it looks like when you open them up. Oh my gosh. It's got a little intro. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Congratulations on becoming the owner of the exclusive Star Stable charm. We hope you'll treasure it and wear it with pride. Each charm is crafted from beautiful 925 sterling silver, and each bracelet from luxurious Napa leather. Don't mention that. Let's see. Your charm and bracelet are part of the unique collection of timeless, iconic pieces that were inspired by the magical world of Star Stable, specifically designed to bring joy to Star Riders everywhere. Oh my goodness. They even have like this gigantic little booklet that you get too. To keep your charm collection growing, we'd like to offer you a unique discount on your next charm. Ooh, well, wouldn't really mind to do that either. And there we go, you guys. Whoops. And I drop it immediately. There we go. The little horse head charm and the bracelet, the black bracelet. And I actually got this color, and I got the horse head charm because I'm really hoping that what I'll be able to do, and I wonder how I put this on just right, I'm gonna have to play with it, but I'm hoping what I'll be able to do is get more charms in the future, more silver charms that I'll drop on the floor because I'm so worn out from talking about the warrior cat stuff. But this, there we go. That's beautiful. but I'm hoping to get more silver charms in the future that I can put onto the bracelet, and they can be memories of things that have gone in our series. And I can get, like, there's a bird nest silver charm that I saw online somewhere, but I'm hoping to be able to get them and put them onto the bracelet, and then anytime I wear it, I can look down and think about all of the adventures and the unexpected places. I had no idea I was going to fall in love this in love with Star Stable when I started playing it, and when you guys suggested it to me, and I can think about our community, and I mean, just bring it with me everywhere. I mean it when I say, like, my life is intertied with our community now. It's intertwined with what we do online, and it's intertwined with the internet, the wild, wild west of the internet. And I guess that's why I said all the things I did, and I'm going to take a bit of a stand there, and just hope some of you guys will listen, and the rest of you guys will be patient and understand we'll be back to our normal cheerful updates and all of the events and everything we're going to be doing next week. But look at that. That's beautiful. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for everything we have to share together and for the opportunity I have to share it with you. And I'm really excited to dive into Warrior Cats and to just continue moving forward. And don't worry, it's not like cruel comments. You don't take them. You choose how you react to things, is what I'm saying. That doesn't mean you can or have to ignore that they happened. But you always have control over your reaction. And if nothing else, I hope you guys have heard me say it and will hear me say it again and again and again, that when your heart is breaking, one of the best things you can possibly do is to create something beautiful to share and give to others. So I will continue creating in joy and in sorrow because it's what I believe is the right thing to do. And I will just move forward and try to record some of the rain and the beauty of the way the world looks right now, and the adventures I'm going on in real life, and the adventures that I'm going on in my real virtual life. And I'll share them with you. And I hope that you will find some peace and beauty and joy and inspiration from them. And I don't know if it's unhumble of me to hope for that, but I do hope for that, because I hope for the best for all of you. It's my legacy. And I will leave off on that. And like I said, it's been a really hard emotional week for my family, and we've been a little bit sick here at home. And it was definitely a huge blow Thursday night to run into that with the Warrior Cat stuff. But I haven't lost faith, and I haven't lost my love of what we do and where we're going. So I'm going to rest a little bit, and then I'm going to settle in and try to get some of the other videos done for today and the rest of the week, and I'll check in with you guys next Sunday to show off more of the charms. I can't wait to see what kind of charms like I get or I buy or I find over life and can add to my bracelet, and that'll be my bracelet representing like another tie to the community. And I can't wait to see what other adventures we're going to go on. And anyway, next week I'll have to report to you guys on if I broke the record of 49 videos in a week. So I'll see you guys then. Bye guys. And do you guys remember that storm I was talking about in the earlier vlog clip? It blew out the power in our neighborhood, and we ended up losing power in our neighborhood all day long. So that went the entire Sunday's worth of videos. All of the productivity that I was going to do for Sunday kind of just vanished into thin air. It happens sometimes. I couldn't even update you guys on Twitter like I normally do because we didn't have any internet. So yeah. There went all of Sunday, but Chips and I had a great time because we couldn't even turn on our stove. We went out to dinner, and we had a wonderful dinner, and we did grocery shopping, and I found these gorgeous flowers. Look at those. There's little green tufts. Look at the little green tufts. And there's a beautiful white rose, and chrysanthemum is tucked in here. A white chrysanthemum is tucked in there. It's just, they're gorgeous. But I found those on the clearance section of the florist place at the grocery store, so I brought them home, and I will have them next to me for the morning when I'm going to dive back into recording, and I just feel so much better. I feel like the kind of blanket, the depressed little blanket that's been wrapped around my shoulders the last few days, not only because of the stuff that happened with our Warrior Cat series and all of that drama, and again, 95% of what I'm talking about with that kind of chaos and the toxicity and the level that was there is gone, because I don't put up with that in our community. I don't leave it there. This is like walking into my home. This isn't like a bastion of free speech, because that's not what the internet is. That's not what YouTube is. That's not what coming into a community is. You accept some responsibility for your behavior when you enter a community and when you want to be part of one. And so no, you can't just say anything you want and not expect something to happen. So not to like throw like a wet blanket on everything, but I do that to keep us safe. So you may be going back and going, well, what happened? And try to read, and there's nothing there anymore, more or less, because if it's going to make me feel like I can't come back into our community, I take it away. And if it's going to start fights, or people will start fighting with one another, or if it's going to put ill will or negativity in our community, I take it away. And maybe that's not always the right choice, but it's the one I feel is right for me and right for us for right now. So there's that. And I just wanted to say, I feel so much better after telling you guys the things I did earlier. And I feel like I can dive back into everything better now. Even though things have been a little bit rough on a personal level, adjusting, and then the things that happened with my family. And I wanted to let you guys know that you really are, this community really is my life. It truly is. Every single day I wake up and spend hours working on the internet, working to make videos, working to think of new ways that I can nurture my creativity, new adventures, new places in life, new places in personal growth I can explore to share with you guys, either for the sheer adventure of it, or maybe for a deeper lesson that can resonate with you. And like I said earlier, that's my legacy. This is what I hope to be my legacy. For now, maybe I'll have another one. Maybe I'll become a world-famous bird biologist when I get older, when YouTube is no longer a viable career. But I wanted to let you guys know that even though for you it may just be that a YouTuber and the things that you see in their community are, you know, something you're into for a few months and then you move on, and that's totally fine. That's just the way it works. For them, it's their life, and I just wanted to reassure you guys that although I may not always be able to get the videos and the series like Pixelmon and so many other things done on time when I want to give them to you, even though today the power went out and so I couldn't record at all for many of the things that I needed to get done, I wanted to let you guys know I really care. And maybe that won't mean like anything deep for some of you, and maybe it will mean something really important for others. But I just wanted to let you guys know, for myself, and for you, and for the creations that I make, I really care, and this is my life. And I guess that's my way of saying, I hope you would treat it with the respect I tried to treat you guys. The respect I have for you guys, for your time, is why I try so hard to make things the quality that they are and the quantity that they are, and try new things and take on things that I kind of look at and go, I don't know if I want to do this, like with Star Stable or with doing in their Pixelmon series, and I find ways to be passionate and excited about them anyway. It's because I respect your time and who you are, and I just hope that as we evolve as mankind, keeping the internet, I don't see that going anywhere. It's going to be part of our lives till humanity kind of goes boonk, whenever that is. But that means we have to have a different kind of culture. And that means we have to live a different kind of way than we have before. And I think that's a tremendously amazing power that has resulted in being able to have a really amazing opportunity to have entire communities of people we've never spoken with, we've never seen. You may not even leave comments, but you can draw strength and inspiration and ideas from. I think that's a pretty powerful thing. But I just wanted to say that, and this is probably the most emotional, rambling update vlog I will ever do. And next week is probably going to be much more bouncing off the walls, talking about all the Sims stuff, and talking about No Man's Sky, and I'm pretty sure there's something else really big due out soon that I really wanted to play with you guys. Battle Chef Brigade, maybe? We'll look into it, but there's a lot coming up. and I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I'm sorry that the Sunday videos didn't go out. We had no power. It was literally just in our neighborhood. It was ridiculous. And Chips and I were looking at each other like, really? And I read for hours until the sunlight started to go away, and then we went out and we ate. And I got some beautiful flowers. And you know what? Chips and I laughed and laughed and laughed. And we had a wonderful time talking about when we're going to Taiwan. And I'm going to be bringing you guys with me then. And talking about all of the adventures we want to go on. And we teased and joked and laughed at one another in ways that just make my heart sing. Just going grocery shopping together. So I had a wonderful night, and my spirit feels a lot lighter because I just talked frankly to you guys, and this is now like almost an hour-long update vlog, so I'll stop. But thank you. Thank you. And here's to all of the beautiful adventures, for whatever they mean to you, be it a few moments joy or the spark that lights inspiration to bring a change that you really want in your life to your life. So thank you. And I'm going to get some rest because it's super, super late. I think it's closing in. In fact, it is closing in on 11 p.m. our time, so that's really late for me. And in the morning, I'll wake up and jump back into the adventure with these beautiful flowers and the knowledge secure within my heart that I really love what I do, because I really, really care about all of you.